Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth of sincerity. Now, this is an article from RT. This was put up on December 12th. It says, afraid of U.S., Turkey slams weak response of some Arab countries to Trump's Jerusalem move. And as you can see, they burning the flags of America and Israel, because ultimately America and Israel are going to be waste with fire, or hit with nuclear fire. It's just that America is going to be desolate forever as a memorial, and Israel going to be replenished. But it says demonstrators set U.S. and Israeli flags on fire during a protest against U.S. President Donald Trump's recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital in Istanbul, Turkey, December 10th. It says Turkey's foreign minister Mevlut Cavusoglu has criticized the Muslim countries which failed to show a strong response to Washington's decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, accusing them of being afraid of the U.S. And ultimately, the U.S. do get all of them nations in subjection, and a lot of them nations are his allies. But they're afraid. It says there was a lot of strong reaction, and then it goes back to prophecy, man. The Lord gonna have it to where they rise up against the U.S. Just ain't the time. It said there was a lot of strong reaction from the highest levels. It says some countries, however, have shown a very weak response. It seems that some countries are very timid since the decision came from that country, the U.S. It says the minister told NTV broadcasters on Tuesday, adding that such countries were afraid of challenging the U.S. and its superpower mentality. It says the remarks came ahead of an extraordinary summit and ministerial meetings of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation on the Jerusalem issue. It says scheduled to take place in Istanbul on Wednesday. Several countries, namely Egypt and the United Arab Emirates, will send only foreign ministers to the meeting, according to Cavusoglu, while Saudi Arabia and some others still have not decided how they would participate. All right, because they're running with America at this point in time. But there's going to be a time where they rise up, man. Go ahead and grab it since I mentioned it. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 28. It says, behold, in the form of vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, or the Middle East, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, right? Saudi Arabia, many chariots, they military, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. It says also the Carmanians, which is Iran, the Persians, raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood. Right, Iran, the Persians, they're Edom, not Ishmael. Arabia is Ishmael. It says shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them. And this is during Armageddon, the Third World War, the Muzini pipe plan. It says, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Syrians. Right. So how are they gonna waste a portion of the land of the Syrians? By shooting. All right. Now this is back in Satan Angels Exposed, just to bring up this point again, real quick. This is World War III The Mazzini Pike blueprint also called for a World War III. This would begin by firing up the controversy between Judaism and the Muslim world, and that's what they're doing right now. They hoped that the Zionists and the Muslims, right, the so-called Jews, would destroy each other and bring the rest of the world into a final conflict. Is what you're seeing happening right now. This is a catalyst to it. This Armageddon will bring complete social, political, and economic chaos, and we already going through the social, political, and economic chaos at this point in time. The worst is yet to come. It says, verse 30 again, 2 Ezra 16 and 30. Also the Carmanians, raising wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians, America, and then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature. That's the other Arab nations, man. They gonna remember their nature, and if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them. Right, I'm gonna stop it right there. All right, and jump back into the article. It says, several countries, namely Egypt and the United Arab Emirates, will send only foreign ministers to the meeting, according to Cavusoglu, while Saudi Arabia and some others still have not decided how they would participate. Right now in Egypt, there are no Egyptians. The Arabs took their land over. The Arab Emirates, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and I'm guessing they're talking about some more Muslim countries that they wanted to get involved. It says some countries in the Islamic world are in a state of fear. Who or what are you afraid of? If we do not protect Jerusalem today, when will we protect it? If we cannot defend Jerusalem, one of Islam's three holy cities, what can we defend? Cavusoglu stated. It says many non-Muslim countries, the EU, and even Jews worldwide have expressed a far stronger rejection to the U.S. move than some Muslim countries. Cavusoglu said. It says the minister vowed to make a bold statement at the OIC meeting and make the U.S. to back off from the Jerusalem decision, urging those countries which have not recognized Palestine to do so. It says on Sunday, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan harshly criticized Israel, branding it a terrorist state while describing the Palestinians as its victims. Erdogan vowed to fight Trump's decision and not abandon Jerusalem at the hands of a state which kills children. Okay, it says the controversial move by the U.S. president came last Wednesday amid numerous warnings coming from world leaders against recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. The move was approved by the U.S. The move was approved by the U.S. Congress back in 1995, but all U.S. presidents since then have waived it. The U.S. decision effectively violated the United Nations resolution on Palestine, which stated that the status of Jerusalem must be decided during reconciliation talks between Israelis and Palestinians. The resolutions explicitly prohibited establishing diplomatic facilities in the city before the peace agreement is broken. It's brokered, Slovakia, right? So, U.S. do what they want to do. Do what they want to do, man. But that's the elites trying to bring in this Armageddon, which is in turn going to bring in a new world order. But all a part of the plan of Yahweh Shema Shai to bring in a new world order of our kingdom, in which they going to soon realize that, just like the rest of the world. The elites know, though. The elites know. The regular people don't. It says Trump's move has triggered unrest among Palestinians who believe that the city is under Israeli occupation, as well as mass demonstrations in a number of Muslim countries. It says many other countries voiced concerns that the decision will only raise tensions in the Middle East. Despite U.S. claims that peace was still possible, Russia's President Vladimir Putin branded Trump's move counterproductive and destabilizing. We consider counterproductive any moves that preempt the result of negotiations between the Israelis and the Palestinians. Putin said during a state visit to Egypt on Monday such steps are destabilizing and don't help to resolve the situation, but instead provoke conflict. Right. Because that's what time we're living in. We're living in a time for them to provoke conflict, man. Because the elites are trying to bring in this new world order, man. Let's see. This is Job chapter 5, verse 12. It says, He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Their enterprise is the New World Order, man. The Lord is going to disappoint that by coming back, man. The Lord going to have it to where these, the Lord going to have it to where these nations rise up against America, and then the Lord going to come back, while that's going on, man. So your elites, y'all not going to be able to establish your New World Order, man. I had another article with this I wanted to read. This is Muslims may lose Mecca if they fail to hold on to Jerusalem. It says Muslims prayed to the Grand Mosque during the annual Hajj pilgrimage in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. Right? It says Muslims may lose Mecca and other holy sites if the U.S. decision to recognize Jerusalem as Israeli capital isn't reversed. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has warned. It says if we lose Jerusalem, then we won't be able to protect Medina. If we lose Medina, we will lose Mecca and Kaaba, right? So you see the Lord stirring that pot over there, man. It says if we lose Jerusalem, then we won't be able to protect. Okay. Erdogan said in a speech at an award ceremony in Istanbul. Erdogan has been one of the most vocal critics of President Trump's controversial decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. The Turkish president has slammed other nations for their weak response to the U.S. move. Right, because a lot of them are the U.S. allies. So they're not going to say nothing. Shows how much they believe in, Islam. But no, it's all a part of prophecy. It says on Saturday, Erdogan urged the United Nations Security Council to annul Trump's decision. If the UNSC fails to act on the issue, Turkey will do everything necessary with legal frameworks to fight the U.S. recognition, he promised. If the United Nations Security Council will not, we will approach relevant authorities within a legal framework. Erdogan said Turkey will not stop defending Palestine or Jerusalem just because Israel wants it to. Like a century ago, the Islamic world is facing efforts to reshape it through blood, tears, and strife between brothers. Erdogan said, as cited by Anadolu news agency. People in the Islamic world must be prepared for attacks which try to bring down Muslims from within, he said. Turkey hosted Muslim leaders on Wednesday for an emergency summit of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation on Jerusalem. Erdogan has praised the summit's decision, in which the 57 countries who are members of the OIC recognized East Jerusalem as the capital of the Palestinian state in response to the U.S. move. It says the Turkish leader expressed confidence that the OIC's initiative will create a multiplayer effect and called upon other nations to follow suit. Okay, here goes the point. It says Trump's ruling last Wednesday led to days of violent clashes in East Jerusalem, the West Bank, and Gaza, which resulted in several fatalities and over 1,000 injured among Palestinians. Thousands also took to the streets to protest and burn U.S. flags in Jordan, Iran, Egypt, Indonesia, and everywhere else across the Muslim world. So you can see that shit going down, man. It's going down. This is Second Ezra chapter 9. Well, I'm gonna start at Second Ezra 8 and 50 because I don't think this is the article. I read like 3, 4 different ones, but a couple people died doing this. Let me see if I read too fast. Nope. Right, a couple people died doing this, as well as 1,000 injured, and then there was some more information on a lot of shit that was going on over there, man. But yeah, this is Second Ezra chapter 8 verse 50. Many great miseries shall be done to them that in the later time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Right, so you people dying over there and suffering, how y'all suffering because of especially you Palestinians, you know, it's all a part of prophecy, but because y'all walked in great pride. At one point in time, y'all had Israel in slavery, man. So y'all Second Ezra chapter 9 verse 1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Right, so we measure the times through these prophecies, man. And the Lord is visiting this world. That's why you see all types of floods, forest fires, tsunamis, earthquakes, perplexed, all types of shit going on up in the world right now, man. This is part of it. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and that's what you see going on. This part of the Lord visiting this place, the Lord stirring all this stuff up. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. That's how we know we at the end of the world, or the end of Esau's kingdom and the upbringing of our kingdom, because of these prophecies. This is Second Ezra chapter 6. I'm gonna start at verse 8. Verse 6. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, which is Esau's world, and the beginning of it that followeth, which is Jacob's world? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born. Jacob represents the 12 tribes of Israel, the blacks, Latins, Native Americans, those that come through those descendants, them lines. Esau represents this Caucasian race, the so-called white people. Everybody that come through the Edomites lineage. You know, we got some Jakes out there that look like Edomite, but they're really Israelite. It says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. And that's what's going on. We bringing down Esau's lies, his foundation. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. Right. So this world isn't gonna blow up, and that just be it, man. The end of the world represents the pulling down of Esau's kingdom, right? But not only Esau's. When you go into Revelations, Yahweh Shai gonna take crowns from all these nations and gonna establish Israel back on top, man. But yeah, that's it for the lesson. All praise to Yahweh by Shemel Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth with sincerity. Shalom.